Greetings, geeks and gamers. My name's Ismir. Welcome back to another episode of Skyrim Legacy of the Dragonborn, version 6. So, last time we kind of got our bearings. We are the guild master of the Explorer Society and the relic hunter of the museum, and we are now. We visited Helgen, where it was destroyed by a dragon, and then followed Hadvar down to Riverwood. And so this is where we're going to start out. And now Hadvar's uncle, Alvor, is apparently the blacksmith here, so maybe he'll be able to help us out just a little bit.
Sigrid, we have company.
Now the fun thing is, if you don't want to play through this entire conversation, which I don't feel like right now, you can just...
Every day we get visitors in Riverwood.
I didn't mean to pull out my weapon, but you can just ask him if he has any supplies that you can take.
Take what you need. But what's all this about? What are you two doing here?
I recommend you take everything. And now you can tell him, Dragon...
That explains what I saw earlier.
Hadvar will tell you the same thing.
The Jarl needs to know it. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can.
If you'll do that for me.
And now I don't have to sit through an entire cutscene of conversation. So yeah, we need to go warn Jarl Balgruuf of Whiterun that, hey, there's a dragon on the loose. Before we do that, though, last episode in a bandit camp, right at the end of the episode, we picked up this treasure map right here. And it says treasure map Riverwood. So if we read this real quick, you can see, alright, so you've got like the mill, and it looks like there's an X and a fallen log just across the river. Well, I happen to know exactly where that is, so if this is the mill right here, that X was just over there in a fallen log. And hey, there's a big old fallen log right there. So, if we go to that spot, there will be a nice little chest with some goodies in it. Alright. So now that we've done that, our next stop is going to be Whiterun. And here we are, Dragon's Reach. So once we get inside, the first thing we do, we'll talk to Jarl Balgruuf and tell him, hey, there's a dragon. Same as you would on any basic playthrough.
What would you have me do then?
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
Now, before we continue talking to him, there is an artifact that we have to get really early, like before we reach level 10. Otherwise, it becomes inaccessible, to the point where there was another YouTuber named Tuber who did a Legacy playthrough a while back, and it was a really awesome playthrough because he completed so many quests, and actually he's also the one who I got this Modlist from, so he is a bit of an inspiration. But one artifact he never managed to get his hands on is a weapon called Pendulum, added by the Royal Armory mod. And that's because you have to get it before level 10, but it involves a pretty difficult pickpocketing check. So I think I'm going to try to bypass it entirely. How am I going to do that? By walking into this post for a while. It's gonna be a minute. But as you can see, I'm leveling up my sneak by doing this. I need to get it up to level 20. So I'll be back in just a few moments when that happens. Alright, and as you can see, we are now sneak level 20. So to pull this off, we need 2 perks. We need Sneak Mastery, which will then unlock the Tripwire perk. We need Tripwire, so next time we level up, that's what we're picking. As far as how to get to that level, where I need to talk to Sven.
Stendarr thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me.
Sven wants us to give Camilla
One of
a
us has to
letter
do something.
and say that it's from,
I
you know,
said
the
no.
other guy that
No
she kind of
adventures,
likes.
No theatrics.
Maybe
no
you could talk
And
some sense
I
into my
think
pig-headed
the
brother.
best course of action, as the good person we are, is to tell her the truth of the kind of company she's keeping.
What
I
are you
mean,
talking
seriously.
about? What's in the letter? Oh my. He wanted me to think Fandal wrote this? Thank you for telling me the truth. Could you talk to Fandal as well? I'm sure he'll want to thank you for standing up for him.
Ah, and there's Fandal. Hello.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose, for a Nord village. I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to ask him
Lead
to
the way.
follow us. And we talk to him again.
What can I get for you?
And now we ask him to train us in archery.
I'll show you what I know.
Now, obviously, we're out of money now. But there's two nice little things. One, that was enough to get us to level 2, which is what we needed. And two,
I'll be sure to put it to good use.
we can just... Oh. Hey. That's fun. I don't know which mod I have that patches it, but I guess you can't just take your gold back. No, that's fine. We've still got what we needed, and we've got a new friend coming along with us, which is going to be useful.
Is there anything else you need?
Yeah, I wonder which mod in my load order patches that. In vanilla Skyrim, you can just take the gold back out of his inventory after you pay him. But oh well. Anyway, now that we have that level up, now we can pick up the tripwire perk. Now, why do we need the tripwire perk? Well, because when we set a tripwire, if someone walks over said tripwire, they become paralyzed. Now, we can't do it to him because he's our companion right now, but a paralyzed person can't actually detect when they're being pickpocketed. So, we can use this. Now, I don't want to rely on this too heavily because it's kind of cheesy, but for the specific item that we need to pickpocket before level 10, I figured this is the best way to do it. With a guaranteed success. So now, we need to head to the Hall of the Vigilance. We have arrived. Now, the person we're looking for is a vigilant by the name of Keeper Carset. That would be him. Oh, that's going to be a problem. So you can see the weapon on his back. That's what we're here for. It's called Pendulum. Unfortunately, he has it equipped. Which means we can't get it. That's really upsetting, actually. Because the only way to be able to pickpocket equipped items is, well, is with pickpocket level 70, I believe, is what I need for the perk. That's not gonna fly. And unfortunately, that means I can only really think of one other way to do this. And I'm gonna get my butt handed to me. And, yeah. Alright. Personally, I think this is going great. Obviously, this is exactly how I wanted this to go. So. Alright, as you can see, Faendal and I are kitted out a little bit better. Especially him. So let's try this again.
Never should have come here. There you are.
Alright. Let's buff our health real quick. And, how about that light armor skill? Let's bump that a little bit.
You can't beat me.
Alright.
Prepared to die.
Alright, I got what I came for. I'm getting out of here. Oh. As long as they don't follow me out, we're good. We're fine. I don't know what happened to Faendal. There he is. Okay. Well, I think it's about time we headed back to the museum and regrouped a bit. And we're back. So, I dropped off a bunch of stuff in the armory. We're up to 68 displays now, but there's still a few items that I wanted to drop off myself. So, here we have the dragon in a jar. Very cool. We have the executioner doll. Skull Crusher, which Auryen gave us when we got back. And mead with juniper berry in the cellar. Now, there are still a couple of items that we have that have not yet been put on display, but we don't currently have a display to put them on yet because, well, we need to actually acquire that display room. How do we do that? Well, we're going to need to visit the Dragonborn Gallery. Or Dragonborn Hall, rather. And now, I don't know if they changed this for version 6, but in the original, it's still the same. In version 5, the button's right there. And we can step into the Hall of Secrets. And when we progress down the hall, we find an abandoned storage room. It's really not much going on in here. So now we need to go ask Auryen, hey, what's the story with the hidden room under the Dragonborn Hall?
Oh, the Hall of Secrets. I had all but forgotten about it, to be honest.
And now all we have to do is wait.
Really quite rewarding.
All we have to do is wait for about 24 hours, and then that room downstairs will become a place for any kind of artifacts to do with the Thieves Guild, the Volkar vampires, any of the unique weapons that we steal from important people, like the hammer we just got from Keeper Carset. Basically a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, we don't necessarily want everyone to be able to see, but that'll be our own little personal gallery for illicit goods. So we'll check back in on that later. In the meantime, I think it's about time we look at some of these other quests. Let's see. We need to investigate Silent Moon's camp and Bleak Falls Barrow. Barnguard needs us to go to Bleak Falls Barrow as well, but I don't feel like talking to him yet. So yeah, let's do that actually. Let's go to Silent Moon's camp and then we'll do Bleak Falls Barrow. Alright. And here it comes. Silent Moon's camp. Now, it is currently occupied by some bandits that we're going to have to take out, but I don't think that should be too much of a threat. So let's, well, take them out.
You won't get the best of me!
Oh, the wolf helped. Ooh, hide armor. Don't have that yet. Oh, that's weird. There's usually a bunch of them out here. Where is everyone? Oh, there you are. You just hadn't noticed me yet, I guess. Hey, you seem to be stuck in a wall. You want some help with that? I just went inside, and the bandit outlaw seems to have a boss health bar. I guess because he's the most powerful enemy in this dungeon. That's pretty cool. He's also unarmed. So, and those aren't even brawler's gauntlets. I don't believe. Kind of easiest boss fight ever, I guess, but I'll take it. Ooh, and I got my first fate card. So, I have never successfully gotten a deck of fate cards before. Not even one. So, that'll be an interesting goal, because I need to try to get all of them
Most bandits are
for the
cowards.
museum.
These seem to be braver than most.
Alright, now I get to pick a lock. There we go. And here we have Den Stagmer's ring. And I believe there's another ring behind me as well in a little pouch on top of the chest. Nauris's Journal, Dancing Fire, Nordic Fragment, Copper and Moonstone Circlet. Oh, thank goodness. I'm going to need one of those later, and sometimes it can be it could take a long time to hunt them down, so I'm really glad I can do that. Oh, and some ancient Nord sheets. Alright. But yeah, here it is, the Ring of Transmutation. Now, if you didn't know, Silent Hill's camp does have a little bit of a secret, because if you go along this wall, you can jump down, and there's a lunar weapon there. Again, not one of the unique ones I actually need. And then there's a couple of really strong potions over here, so very useful. And you can actually use this to skip the dungeon and sneak in through the back, if you so choose. I have done that before, but this time I decided to fight through it. Alright. And then the next location on the list, and probably the last location we'll hit today, is of course the infamous Bleak Falls Barrow. Let's go. And now, the moons are out. I've got myself a lunar steel hatchet. Let's test this thing out.
Picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Isidore? What? Who is this? I do not know who this person is.
You bastard!
But he was pretty easy to take out. Camilla's note, huh? What is Camilla's note. Fluffy Mountain Tunnels. That's... Oh! Okay, I think I actually know what that's for. That is a quest mod that I don't want to deal with right now, but at least we have that quest for later, so that'll be probably its own episode doing that. Might even take 2 episodes if I remember the quest mod correctly. I think it was a pretty big one. Anyway. So yeah, we are definitely formidable though. I really like this axe. The lunar... The Silent Moon's enchantment seems to have been buffed by one of these mods. So normally the vanilla version is when the moons are out, it burns a target for a certain number of points, so it like does extra fire damage. But this modded version seems to be like an absorb health effect instead. So I don't know which mod does that, but I'm not mad about it. Absorb health is powerful, and sure it has the limitation of only working at night, but
Not expecting that, were you?
but that works pretty great for someone who likes to strike from the shadows, so I am definitely going to use this enchantment. Maybe not this axe specifically, although I'm going to use it for now because it's a pretty decent hatchet. It's one of the better one-handed weapons I have on my person right now. But yeah, anyway, here we go. Our Bleak Falls Barrow. I wish I had a bow on me right now. I love sniping these guys. You know what, actually? Faendal, don't
I've
you
got
have
your
an
back.
extra bow in your inventory?
Certainly.
You do, yes. I'm gonna take that off your hands.
You lead, I'll follow.
Alright. And if I just go a little bit up. Pew. Headshot. Oh. Dang it, how'd I miss that?
You'll pay for that! Time to end this little game.
That takes care of that.
I mean, I gotta respect that this guy just tanked an arrow to the face
Fighting
and
Draugr is as much about controlling your fear as
kept
anything
fighting
else.
me, but oh well. Oh yeah, now that we're in a Nordic Barrow, we are going to be fighting Draugr, which reminds me that last episode we became a follower of Stendarr. Oh. Huh. That... I just... The irony of that just hit me. I forgot we were a follower of Stendarr, and yet we totally attacked the vigilance of Stendarr. Huh. That, seems to me like something he probably wouldn't love in terms of, ways to gain favor with him. Yeah, that's not a lot of favor. Still, though, better than I expected. But I figure if we are going to be fighting undead here, Stendarr's blessing would be very helpful. As would Pendulum, because since we haven't put that on display yet, we still have it. Does extra damage to undead, among other things. So that is going to be our weapon of choice for sure. Oh yes, and there's a bunch of ancient amulets in this particular tomb that we need to try to find as many of those as we can. Which may be tricky, some of them might be a little hard to spot, but anyway. Let's dive in. Oh, I think this guy's about to activate a trap. But I don't want him to, so I'm just gonna aggro him first, because... Yeah, there we go. It's more fun to kill him myself, plus, you know, XP. Because otherwise he would kill himself by flicking that lever, but we won't, because we know the password is snake, snake, whale. Ooh. Cut aged bread cheese. Alright. And now we hit some spider webs. This is gonna be an interesting match. Time to fight the big old spider. Wow. I think I quite like this weapon.
Help me out of here.
It's pretty powerful. All right, let's level up.
You, over here.
All right.
You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up.
Yeah, okay, Arvel. I'll cut you down.
Me down, or you'll never get the call.
Oh, that's so true.
I can.
All right, well, I cut him down, and there's the claw.
Remember to check behind you every once in a while. Who knows what might try to sneak up on us.
That's actually a good reminder. I mentioned it in the last episode. Thankfully, none of them have shown up yet. But yeah, we are actively being hunted by 7 expert assassins that right now would probably wipe the floor with me. Any one of them.
Don't like the looks of this.
Alright, well. In the meantime, though,
Someone there? Hello?
let's kill some Draugr. Yeah, okay. I think this this weapon's gonna do us just fine. Wait your turn. And now watch Faendal trip the trap. And every single time. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Who stands guarding the bridge? No one, because he died. It's really pathetic, actually. Another guard stands in our way. This one didn't pose much of a threat either. Alright. Oh, gotta let Faendal through. And now a whole bunch of guys for me to break. And over here, there is an Argonian head in a jar, and a few more of those amulets, so can't forget those. They're on to the Hall of Stories, where the ancient Nords carved all of their legends and myths, although this one in particular seems to be kind of repetitive. Looks like, based on the staff and the robes, I would say that's a dragon priest. Maybe. With his acolytes. I don't know. Really hard to tell. But, in any event, we have to get through this puzzle door now. And the key, of course, is the golden claw. But the combination, I can say with some confidence, given that I have played an absolute ton of Skyrim, is Bear, Moth, Owl. However, if you haven't played nearly as much Skyrim as I have and have it memorized, you can find the combination actually just like on the claw. Right there. Very convenient. Oh, and there's an amulet right there. I think I've missed that one before, so that's good that I got that now.
There's a lot of history in a place like that.
And finally, we enter the main room, which holds the secret we've come here to collect. Well, secrets, plural. First of all, our first word of power. Which, of course, that particular knowledge is guarded. Although the guard is pretty weak to this particular weapon, and he holds a pretty cool artifact, the Dragonstone. Ooh, Valenwood Warbow, huh? I'll give that to Faendal, given that Valenwood is the home of the Wood Elves anyway. Be a little piece of home for him to carry. Now, if you didn't know, there is actually, kind of behind this little waterfall back behind here, I believe there is a secret treasure of sorts. There it is. Secret chest. Let's see, are there any other trinkets in this room I need to be aware of? I'm pretty sure that's everything. I can always come back later if I missed something though. And if you, if we go through a location and you know for a fact I missed something, feel free to leave a comment to let me know, you know, exactly what it is that I missed and where I can find it, because I do want to try to fill this entire museum, and I can only do that if I actually know where to find stuff. So, with that, we are out of Bleak Falls Barrow now, out into the snowy skies of Skyrim, under the moons. Although I don't actually see the moons right now, but there is a nice aurora, so that's neat. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next episode... Well, honestly, I don't know what we'll do next episode. I'll have to think on that. Yeah, actually, I have no idea. So, feel free to, you know, leave a comment letting me know what do you want to see me do next. I'm going to get through all of the quest lines eventually, but if there's a specific dungeon, a specific quest line that you want me to clear, anything like that, yeah, just let me know down below in the comments, and I try to read and respond to every single comment I get. And if you're enjoying the videos and like this kind of Skyrim content, which I'm enjoying making it, but if you like it, you know, why not leave a like, right? And if you really loved it, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so that you get notified every time I upload and don't miss a single episode. And, you know, until the next video, though, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later.